What is up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everyone is always just having a fantastic day, boys and gals. And yeah, let me know how the sound is. Let me know how the audio is. Let me know all is good in the hood as well. We see some people in the chat already. Got Anthony Munoz in the house. Yo, what's up? What's up? Ten Top in the house. What's up, Mexicans? How you doing, my boy? Red Squirrel in the house. Oi, absolutely. Rocket Mob. What's up, guys? Stacking Charles Bucks. What's up, my guy? 100. Can we see a 65-cent hex? We'll find out a little bit more into the stream a little later. But yeah, I definitely think it's possible to get the short end of that answer. 5 times 5. Cool. Equals 25. All right, guys. 25 and alive. I hope everyone is always just having a fantastic day, boys and gals. Again, let me know how the audio is. Let me know if the music is too quiet, too loud. I got several feedbacks last time regarding the music being a smidge too loud. My apology. Been a while since I dusted off the whole streaming setup, so I wanted to make sure all was good with that as well, because folks, we're about to enter one of the most unpredictable and emotional and really thrilling stages of the crypto market, folks. It's called the banana zone. And this is where charts go freaking wild. See bananas in the chat as well. Throw some bananas in the chat if y'all think we're entering the banana zone, because folks, this is absolutely when the everything just goes crazy, guys. This is literally where charts go wild. Your emotions are tested beyond belief. Decisions you make affecting your financial future. Do you succeed in this bull market? Do you fail in this bull market? Are you round tripping? All of these things, because it's not just the market you battle, it is yourself, folks. The fear, the self-doubt, greed, euphoria, it's all of it. It's literally all of it. And of course, it's not just trading, y'all. I'm not saying that the people who trade are the only ones who lose. It's psychological warfare out here in this bull market banana zone that we're about to enter. So that's what we're about to talk about in this stream. Of course, how to prepare, how to better be prepared and better thrive for it with the 5 P's of proper preparation, preventing poor performance, and of course, lessons to help keep you grounded as well. So welcome back, everybody. Where's the tree? It's still right behind me. I still got the tree, my friend. Sandy B in the house. Yeah, I still got the Christmas tree. It's just on the other side. Maybe I'll adjust some stuff around the office right now, but the big tree is in the actual living room for the family, being that it is Christmas. That's our beautiful Christmas tree as well. And so we have that one out in the living room right now at this point in time, but it's just one of those items that we definitely want to make sure all is good around here. So welcome back, everybody. Again, if you've been in crypto for a little bit, you know we're about to approach the infamous stage in the market called the banana zone. This is literally the phase where the market seems to truly defy reasoning, logic. It's where massive pumps are just absolutely coming left and right, followed by gut-wrenching corrections. And I do mean gut-wrenching because it comes down to your portfolio size. And again, this is where your emotions are going to run higher than ever. Again, going through a bear market, while it can be a little bit brutal, or it is brutal, don't get me wrong, it's a bear market, right? It's one of those, you know, the prices are probably going to go lower, if not stay sideways for a lot longer than you normally would. And this is the opportunity where you can just buy the dip, right? That's the opportunity where a lot of people just simply load their bags up at that point in time, and they say, prices are lower, I get to lower my DCA average. Oh, prices are lower, I get to lower my DCA average. And it's easy enough to kind of get through that hurdle. On the flip side, man, whenever things are pumping like freaking crazy, this is when everything goes wild. Again, these gut-wrenching corrections are absolutely brutal. You start seeing everyone and their mother start making money off meme tokens, off all these other random crap tokens that you never thought you would invest in. And for whatever reason, reasoning goes out the window at that point in time. Because the truth about it is, it's not just about the charts or the price action. It's always about you, folks. At the end of the day, you're the person who decides to buy. You're the person who decides to sell. You're the person who decides to get in, get out, how long you hold. all of those actions come down to you, right? And it's how you handle fear. It's how you handle greed. It's how you handle doubt. And you will be tempted. I promise you, you will be tempted to maybe try to get into another token that's pumping, so that way you can probably buy more of your token that you initially wanted, but you're selling your token because your token's not doing anything. And it's honestly a crazy freaking time. So the idea of this video, because this is really what determines if you make it or if you break it, y'all, at this point in time. The idea of this video is to share some lessons to help navigate the chaos, to help stay focused, and of course, most importantly, protect yourself, both financially and mentally on this one. It is very important to understand that we are here for both. So, welcome to the banana zone, right? This is the first item right here. This is the area where we set the stage. The banana zone is the part of the market where everything feels exaggerated, right? Bitcoin begins hitting new all-time highs, which it already has, almost cusping 100,000. We've seen altcoins go 10x overnight, and you're going to see this happen across the board with many tokens, including the RH tickers as well. And social media is filled with stories of people making fortunes or losing them. This happens constantly, and this is where rationality just goes out the window. Everything that you thought you were prepared for just goes out the window. Everything that you thought you've invested in and the reasons why just goes out the window. You'll see tokens with no fundamentals pumping like crazy. People will start saying, this time is different. You'll feel it. It's an overwhelming urge to throw your plan out the window. Chase the hype. And this is the first lesson, folks. The market thrives on emotion. It really does. And if you can keep yours in check, you've already won half the battle in all reality, because it's a wild, wild ride. See you, Team RH. Appreciate the membership as well to all the YouTube memberships out there. Appreciate the support to all the Patreon members as well. Pump that ETH. Absolutely. ETH is getting a nice little pump. We're going to look at charts a little bit as well. Shake my head. I hate myself. I'm not sure what you hate yourself for, but you know, all is good. Sandy B, don't hate yourself. It's all good. You're here. You're going to be thriving on this one. Don't give in to the Jeet. This is just the beginning. Yeah, exactly. Don't give in to that Jeet, guys. Never go full regard, right? Never go full regard. The emotional roller coaster you're about to enter is, like I said, the banana zone, y'all. This is where you actually have a gauntlet of your own emotions that you may or may not have actually faced before. And it is a wild thing to experience. Fear is, you know, where you begin thinking, are you holding the wrong coins? Have you messed up? Did you make the wrong choice? I'm seeing other things go like crazy. What if I miss the next pump? What if, and it begins to put this little seed of doubt inside. That self-doubt is part of that emotional roller coaster. It's where your portfolio lags while others seem to just be mooning, right? You'll start questioning every decision. Folks, we have seen XRP go crazy lately. Shout out to the XRP army. They've been waiting years for this, right? So congrats to their win. That's a massive W, but that's something where you start thinking, dude, that thing's pumping and mine's not. Like, what is happening? And this is where that self-doubt begins to really grow, because as your portfolio skyrockets, of course you're gonna feel invincible. This is a course where greed takes over, euphoria starts kicking in. This is where you start showing off your portfolios, taking the screenshot, you know, beating the chest, saying that I won. And at the end of the day, right, this is just the market trying to manipulate you. That's all it is. It will feed your fears and amplify your greed. I can promise you that. Banana zone. Yeah, for sure. Banana zone. CJ Hex Search, what's up? What's up? RH Maxi. Salute to all the RH Maxis as well. And yeah, guys, this is where the market will try to manipulate you. It will feed your fears and amplify your greed. It does all of this and more. And your job through it all is to stay calm, right? Stick to your strategy. Remember, discipline beats emotion every time. This is again where I go back to my 5 P's of proper preparation prevents poor performance. And I say that in reality because unfortunately, if you don't mentally prepare for what is about to come, not only mentally prepare, but also by writing things down, by taking action accordingly as they appear, right? To take profits on the way up and not just wait until your portfolio hits XYZ dollar figure. There's many different things you can definitely do, but one of the best things is the ability to control your emotion through it all. And I don't want to see anyone wreck themselves right now, because like right now during the banana zone is often times where these scammers and phishing attacks and other people you may know or even love start coming out the woodworks like crazy. You thought it was bad with all of the scams that happened in 2022, 2023, or even in some cases 2024. They are about to get so much worse, because right now this is where we got to switch gears for a moment and talk about security. Guys, in a bull run, you are not just protecting your portfolio from like a bad trade or from doing things like that. You're protecting it from people with bad intentions. I've said this in the past and I'll share it again with everyone, but guys, keep your holdings private. There is no reason why other people should know your wallet. There's no reason why other people should know what kind of funds that you're working with. There's no reason for any of that. Don't post your portfolio online, for example, or brag about your gains. You're simply just putting a target on your back. And dude, sure, some people can get away with it, and sure, some people can have fun with it. Maybe they don't worry about that as much, or maybe they think it's not that big of an issue. I personally don't like that kind of stuff, right? I think holding your items and your crypto in a safe place is one of the best things you can do, but also not share it with everyone that walks by you, right? Let me show you my portfolio of $1 million. Let me show you, let me show you, let me show you, let me show you. And it becomes this weird little item where you just really start getting crazy with it, folks. Keep your holdings private. I can't stress that enough. Keep them private. Use a hardware wallet. I discussed this during the Black Friday stream that we just recently did a few days ago. There was a deal going on with Treasure and Ledger and several other hardware wallet companies out there for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Cyber Week deal, whatever it is. If you don't have yourself a hardware wallet, please find a way to go get yourself a hardware wallet. Simple as that. Because if you don't own the keys to your crypto, you don't own the crypto, folks. Get that coin, get those tokens. I know most of the people watching my stream right now pretty much at least have their crypto off centralized exchanges, especially those in the RH ecosystem. But at the end of the day, if you are holding funds on centralized exchanges, remember, not your keys, not your coins, right? You've heard that saying before, and that is a reality at that point in time. If you are holding your crypto on centralized exchanges, they own that token. You're seeing so many people go after Celsius and Mashinsky because of the funds that they lost on that particular drop whenever everything went to shit back in 2021. You're seeing other people like Sam Bankman-Fried who lost a ton of people money on FTX. And the list goes on and on and on, right? This isn't just from these only items here, guys. Centralized exchanges go down more than they probably ever should in all reality. But this is where hold your coins yourself. Take self-custodial responsibility. And yes, it is a little bit more work that you're going to have to do. Do it. It's well worth it. Beware of freaking scams, y'all. I can't stress this enough. There are going to be a ton of fake airdrops. There's going to be a ton of different phishing emails, which mean they're going to try to do anything they can to coerce you to click a link, whether it be reaching out to you because of some sort of notice that you have to take action on in 24 hours or less, otherwise all of your funds are gone. If they ever put a time limit on those kind of things, pretty much a phishing scam. But guys, with the AI and everything out there nowadays, these items are getting faster, smarter, easier, more efficient, and they probably got bots doing the work for them now at this point in time, and they don't even have to worry about anything until you click on it. And probably even at that point in time, they probably just run it through a certain bot and they never actually interact with it, and boom, now all of your tokens are gone. This is going to happen with social media DMs. They're going to be skyrocketing like during this time. This is where, guys, staying vigilant is crucial. The only reason why you should ever deal with a centralized exchange is to simply get your tokens, get your assets from your bank to your self-custodial wallet, or vice versa, going from your self-custodial wallet to your bank. That's it. Do not leave large sums of funds on centralized exchanges. I see some people say I can earn 5%, or what is it? You can probably earn 5% holding USDC inside of Coinbase. And I don't know the exact details and numbers because that's not a play that I do myself, but people do this play. And then guess what? Coinbase goes down, and they're going to have several different moments where they go down this cycle. If you do not have access to multiple centralized exchanges, I also highly advise probably going through and setting up multiple accounts with different centralized exchanges. They oftentimes don't all go down at once, but they often will all go down at least once during bull runs. The amount of influx of people and network congestion that happens with people joining this banana zone will absolutely tap them out at some point in time, and they will have to shut down, lock funds, keep you from moving money over with, I saw recently on a Twitter post where people couldn't move $25,000 or something like that, I believe it was. And, they're like, holy shit, would like to get this money, right? But again, that money was on Coinbase and they couldn't do anything about it. And think about it this way, like, would you walk around with just giant stacks of cash taped to your shirt? Would you? Like, would you though? Would you? If the answer is no, treat your crypto the same way. Treat it with the same level of care, guys. It is so crucial at this point in time because this is what happens oftentimes, right? Tam says, what's up, fam? Long time no see. Screenshots of portfolio is a notification to take profits. Yeah, guys, if you start taking screenshots of your portfolio, absolutely start taking some profits off the table. After you see a 10x, it doesn't hurt to sell 10% of the tokens. You still hold 90% of the assets. You get your initial capital back. Congratulations, you're living life. You're investing in whatever else you want to start investing in. Oftentimes, what I also don't recommend, and I'll just share this real fast, is taking profits from one token, trying to go diversify them into many different shit tokens, and then watching all those profits drain away. I don't advise that play. If you take profits, hold it in whatever you want to hold it in, and get it into your bank at that point in time as well. There's definitely different items that you can do. But this is why it's so important to have a plan. Having a plan is where most people fail. Not because they don't have one, but just because they abandon it whenever their emotions run high. Oftentimes you can say, I'm going to do this when my portfolio does this. Easy. In theory, you say, I have $10,000, and when I have $100,000, I'm going to sell $10,000 and get my $10,000 back. Sounds easy. Easy enough to say out loud, easy enough to think about, should be easy enough to execute. But when the time comes for you to actually click that button, to actually make the decision to take action, greed steps in, euphoria steps in, reasoning steps out the door and slams the door behind it. It just goes out the window. This is where you start seeing things where people say, why not just wait until maybe I hit $150,000 and then I can just take out $15,000 instead? That's true. Absolutely. You definitely could. But then when the $150,000 time comes around and your portfolio hits that, do you execute the plan? Well, you didn't before, so are you likely to do it now? Most likely not. This is the same logic as saying, I'm gonna go to the gym, but I'm gonna go tomorrow. Today I'm gonna call it a cheat day. I'm gonna have a little day off where I snack a little bit, where I lounge a little bit, and then tomorrow comes. Are you that much easier to go to the gym, or is it that much harder to go to the gym? It becomes infinitely harder as time progresses. And eventually, you stop going to the gym. This is where people fall off and they have their New Year's resolution, and by the time end of January comes around, I think there was a statement or a stat that I found a long time ago, or at least remember hearing, where 95% of gym memberships are either canceled or they stop going within the first month of January after a New Year's resolution. That is how fast people fall out of their plan. The same thing will happen when it comes to your crypto and profit as well. You will say, I will do this when I do this. So when my portfolio hits 100,000, I will sell 10%. Then your portfolio hits 100,000, you say, I'm gonna wait until it hits 200,000 and then I'll take out $20,000. Then it hits 200,000, you say, why not just wait until it hits $500,000 and then I'll take out $50,000. Yeah, that sounds a lot better. God forbid you don't take any action and you get to see the beautiful 7-digit figure of $1 million. Because you haven't taken action before, I find it highly unlikely you are going to take any action at that time. I know that sounds crazy, but we have come so far already. Know your targets ahead of time, because here's the plan you should include. Here's what you should include in your plan. Targets, y'all. Targets are easy enough. It's when to take profits, whether it's a 2x, 5x, 10x, a portfolio dollar amount, an amount that you want to withdraw, whatever that number is, have clear levels and stick to them. Risk management is another thing. You should never exceed your predefined position size, no matter how tempting it is. I see this all the time, especially entering into the banana zone, where you say, I've already allocated enough that I feel so good. But then the banana zone hits and you have regret of not investing more. And so you start doing other items to invest even more. And so your risk tolerance and your risk level goes out the window. And then you start doing everything you can to be a little bit more risky, a little bit more greedy. And this is called leverage. This is where people get freaking rinsed in crypto. They say, if I had 100,000 and if I started out with 1,000 and it turned into 10,000, God, imagine if I was on leverage and I could do a 3x leverage, and imagine it does this and my 100,000 would be 300,000 and I could just do so much with that and I could actually profit so much more. I'm going to take leverage, and then the price goes down, the leverage gets rinsed, you get liquidated. You no longer hold any crypto at all, and it's because your risk level was exceeded. You went way past that risk tolerance that you said you would never go past. You went by it. Lastly on this one, guys, and I know this is just to remind everyone once again, but this is the importance of sticking to a plan. It's having an exit strategy, y'all. Simple as that. Having an exit strategy. The banana zone 100% doesn't last forever, nor will it last forever. Likely we're going to see it actually top around the May timeframe, probably April. We're going to hit another top, most likely going into the end of 2025, probably October to December of 2025. This is where if you do not have an exit plan or an exit strategy of how you are going to go and get it done at that point in time, it is very difficult to do. Because during that time, we are going to have moments of time where it actually has pullbacks, whether it be 10%, 30%, even 70% pullbacks on this rally upwards. It's not just an infinite level that just goes up forever. That would be beautiful. In fact, there's several stages. You go up, you go down, you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down. It continues this cycle over and over, oftentimes several different times of big corrections. This is that gut-wrenching dip that I was mentioning earlier. It's where you see your portfolio go from 100,000 down to 30,000 with a 70% correction. It's tough for a lot of people to experience something like that. For some people, that's more than their annual salary. And so to see that dip within the span of a week, 2 weeks in some cases, it is super tough. You have to be able to withstand that. Again, going through and seeing a 100x gain in any crypto doesn't come easy oftentimes. If it does come easy, then oftentimes it doesn't have enough liquidity where you can do anything about it. Having an exit strategy is so freaking crucial because, again, folks, it doesn't last forever. This is where we're going to be seeing things like cycle ending RSIs. Typically, monthly RSIs are somewhere above the 90s and above. This is where you see signs from mainstream media talking about Jimmy Fallon launched his own token now. Those are typical signs where you're going to be seeing those things. Double tops with low volumes, all those indicators are going to be out there. But this is why it's so important to have any sort of strategy in place of what you're going to do. And hopefully if you took profits on that way up, I guess I should go like this. If you took profits on the way up, as the price actually tends to go back down, you can live without worry at that point. Because having a plan is like a lifeboat. You hope you never have to use it, but when the storm hits, and it will, it's the only thing that's going to keep you afloat. And I promise you that. Let me just share a few more items. We'll get back to the chat. We'll show up some charts. Just want to have some fun on this stream, but I thought it was so important because, guys, we're entering one of the craziest volatile times that we are ever going to see in crypto, right? It's not just, and not only in crypto, but guys, this is where money gets made faster than anyone can possibly ever logically imagine it to be possible. This is where you say, you did how much with your money? You got a 14, 20x, 100x your money? What? Again, logic goes out the window because a normal, everyday investor, even in the stock market world, right now, this year and last year, got to see the stock market hitting 20% annual returns. And we see that happen all the time in crypto. We've seen that happen in a day with certain tokens. Hex has done 25% multiple times. Have you seen the RH posts? It happens often, but for a normal investor, that's their yearly return, right? That's a fantastic return, by the way. 20% in the stock market world is crazy good. Because normally it's around 7%, 8%. It stays with inflation. Inflation goes up roughly about 6, 7, 8%. Your average portfolio increases by 6, 7, 8%. So you've really just managed to stay afloat with inflation. Yes, your portfolio grew a little bit, but at the same time, you aren't outpacing inflation. And crypto allows you to do that. And I want y'all to expect the unexpected. Curveballs are absolutely gonna happen. A token that you thought was dead might suddenly 10x. A sure thing that you were like, there's no way in hell. The PDI narrative, for example. Let's just talk briefly on this. Everyone's like, it's a sure thing. The pegging, it's gonna happen. And then it could crash overnight. The market narratives will shift faster than you can blink. So the key in this market is to stay adaptable. I had a Patreon member actually ask me the other day, what would I do if Pulse Chain only ends up doing a 10x this cycle? And I looked at her and I had a conversation with her and I said, you know, I would absolutely be devastated. Truly devastated. But would it break me at that point? No. But I'd have to be adaptable and I'd have to start looking elsewhere because it didn't work out the way I thought it would. But that's the key in this whole situation. Marrying your bags is great, but this is where people get caught off guard. Chasing pumps, don't do it. Not the way to do it. Panicking during the dips, during the pumps. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It happens all the time. Because remember, guys, every dip honestly feels like the end of the world. And every pump feels like it's going to last forever. Neither of which are true. So that's the reality of it right there. Every dip at that point in time is going to feel like, yeah, you know, it's that's it. That's the bull market. Bitcoin hit 100K and that's it. That's all we're going to see this cycle. Yeah, guess that's it. That's the end of the bull run. That was fun while it lasted. And then the pumps are going to go and you're going to see people being like, yeah, Bitcoin's going to $1 million. And it's probably going to end up topping out around $250,000. Right? 200, 250, somewhere in there. Yeah, could it go higher? Sure. We got institutional money involved. I haven't had that before. You got mainstream media happening. You got the president of the United States and a whole panel of beneficial crypto people in the actual place of his cabinet. Yeah, could go higher. Who knows though? Because at the end of the day, guys, the moral of the story, at the end of the day, why the banana zone is so challenging? Because it's not just about numbers. It's about you. The fear, the doubt, the greed, the euphoria. Guys, they're all designed to test your resolve. Because if you honestly can just stay disciplined, if you can just stick to your plan, if you can keep your emotions in check, I promise you're going to come out stronger. Not just as an investor, but as a person. Not just as a person who's made it in crypto and made a financial generational wealth type deal for his or her family. You come out a stronger individual half the time after this rally. Because at the end of the day, folks, remember, humility is key. Celebrate the wins, 100%. But don't let them inflate your ego, right? The market rewards those who stay grounded. The market rewards those. Oh, shoot. Don't tell them about Santa Claus just yet. Oh, that's funny. Bring back the Wednesday Crazy Frog. Oh, shit, guys. It is Wednesday. Hold up.
It is Wednesday. 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 My dudes. Wednesday. 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 It is Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes. Thank you for reminding me. There's a reason why I wanted to stream today, because I wanted to bring out the Wednesday frogs. It is Wednesday, my dudes. I hope all of y'all have been having a fantastic week. I've been having an enjoyable time, enjoying the maybe recent holiday they got with friends, family, loved ones. We still have the end of the month coming for 2024 coming to a close in really less than 25, 30 days, somewhere in that ballpark. Obviously not 30. Today's December 4th, but 25 days. Yeah, dude, 29 days. Pretty crazy stuff, y'all. Pretty crazy stuff. So I just want to remind everybody once again, the banana zone is wild. It's very unpredictable. It's an incredible emotional roller coaster, but it's also an opportunity to learn, to grow, to come out on the other side stronger than ever. So again, as we enter this next phase, folks, just remember, stay calm, because I got some charts to share with you lovely individuals today on this one. And we are going to have some fun checking this out. So this is actually us entering what is that banana zone right now, folks. This is basically what we've looked at in previous cycles. You have a boring zone followed by, guess what? The banana zone. And again, this happens every single cycle. 2012, it was boring. The end of the year happened. 2013, bananas. 2016, boring. Yes, there was some action, but boring. 2017, bananas. 2020, same exact play once again. Boring at the end of 2020, entering banana zone. Where are we right now, folks? Well, I think y'all see it on the chart right here. We are here. We are in this last phase of the banana zone of 2024 right now, or the last phase of the boring zone right now of 2024, and we are about to enter into the banana zone, y'all. And this is oftentimes where alt season and altcoins go wild. They go crazy. They go absolutely crazy. Look at these charts real fast. Check it out. Oftentimes this is the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin. So again, This is from Titan of Crypto. And you can see right here, you get a breakout followed by alt season. Where are we right now? We just exited this breakout followed by a crazy alt season that we're all about to get a chance to be a part of. This is the exact same thing that's happened every single bull cycle before. This is coming from L Crypto Profess over on Twitter or X. You get a retest right here, followed by a parabolic curve in 2017. Retest in 2021, followed by a parabolic curve in 2021. Should I say a retest in 2020, followed by a parabolic curve in 2021. We've already got the retest right now. We're entering the parabolic curve of 2025. This is all happening, guys. The same exact thing plays out every single time. The Bitcoin dominance is beginning to drop. So we're going to take a look over here on the Bitcoin dominance chart. As a matter of fact, let me just pull that up. Bitcoin dominance, and you can see, pull this up on monthly. You can see exactly what we got going right here. We just got this double tweezer pattern. Again, let me show you once again the tweezer tops and bottoms. Bottoms is simply saying that we're seeing a reversal in the market. Bitcoin's about to start regaining some dominance. The tops are essentially showing Bitcoin is losing its dominance right now. And you can see that, as a matter of fact, on this chart right here. This is exactly what is happening, guys. This is where we are. Boom, 2025 bull run here. Now we start seeing Bitcoin dominance drop. We're entering into the 55% territory, which I've been waiting for this entire time as well. Entering somewhere in this zone. And we're going to come all the way down here. This is typically where the end of the bull market is probably going to be, around this 40% Bitcoin dominance. Pay attention to the 40% levels, because times in the past where it's been the end of the bull run has basically been 2017, where you got to see Bitcoin dominance bottom around Q4 of 2017. Bitcoin dominance bottomed around Q4 of 2021. I anticipate we're going to see a bottom of Q4 2025, or possibly Q1 of 2026. There's just a possibility, y'all. But this is where I can see the overall Bitcoin dominance chart reaching over into this region, and it will be most likely a time to go about exiting the crypto market. This is absolutely happening, my boy. I see 10 Top saying absolutely it's happening. Yes, guys, we've seen Ethereum break out of its final wedge right now. This is that final rally that I've been waiting for Ethereum to just get out of right now. And just zoom on in over here, make it a little bit easier to see on the charts. And cool, we've broke out of all previous resistances at this point in time. We are now breaking above this trend that we were setting and holding for quite some time. We were in this bearish parallel channel for some time, but that actually just changed in November of 2024, where you got to see a massive candle of 47% in Moonvember. Pretty cool stuff, right? Going back over here, you can also see it kind of had a crazy spike also entering into the December to February timeframe. But look over at what Ethereum did during this exact same time frame from 2021, right? You see over here in 2020, where Bitcoin ended up hitting right here in November, a very bullish month, 59% in November, followed by a green month in December of roughly about 20%, followed by the bull run banana zone, where it actually went through in January, had one of the best months it has ever had in its history of 78% in just this 1 month alone. But just from this time, from early October all the way up to that top, is roughly about a 12x, 13x during that time. Do I anticipate that we're going to see a 13x? I don't freaking know. I don't believe so. Seen some crazier things happen, sure, right? But I anticipate we're going to see somewhere in the ballpark of these numbers over here, where we're going to start checking out all of these Fibonacci retracement levels, hitting somewhere in this 15K region on into the 18K region for Ethereum. This is what I do believe is possible. But guys, we're about to enter into Ethereum's previous all-time high once again. We're back around $3,700, $3,800 right now. We're breaking out of that final zone that we have really been suppressed in for quite some time. This is that final 786 level that we need to just break through right here. We've met this with resistance a few times already. We just need to break through it right here and actually go onwards and upwards And really from that point on, guys, it's what, $4,800 is the previous all-time high, and then it's just on to the races from there. This has been the exact same story every single time with crypto, y'all. The story hasn't changed. The story has not changed at all during this whole entire move for crypto. We are seeing this exact same thing play out. Exact same thing. Let me say hello to some more beautiful people who are in the chat. If y'all got some questions, if you have anything to share, or if you just want to drop a little super chat, always grateful to anyone who wants to go and do that. If you can, I even say join the Patreon. I actually set up plans with everyone to go about taking profit accordingly on set intervals. I have a beautiful item with different spreadsheets that we go over as well. You can find the link down in the description if you'd like to join. But guys, this is what we're seeing right here. We got hold your privates. Yeah, hold your privates for sure. Hold them tight, y'all. Grip them and hold them for sure. What up, Xskins? Checks my pulse. Future Wealth Squad. What's up? What's up? What's up? I don't use Coinbase as much these days, but they are experiencing almost a 16-hour delay on sends. Wow. Pretty crazy. Nah, strong hands. Profits right now is for the week. Hey, way too soon to start selling. Amicable says. And again, guys, I'm not disagreeing with some of that you're saying, but definitely take some profits on the rally up, y'all. Definitely take some profits on the rally up. I skipped the gym. Yeah, I skipped the gym for the first 3 weeks in January. It's so crowded with news. Instead, work out at home. Yeah, again, Charles, that's like if you're already used to going to the gym, you essentially just have to stop going for a couple of weeks in January and do other either at home workouts or go for runs in the neighborhood or go hiking or just do anything else during that time frame. Maybe you take a little vacation with you and your family yourself as well, because you already know it's exactly the same thing. You get a lot of noobs that come in, they all get excited, they got their New Year's resolution, and then a couple of weeks later, they gone, they out. Preach on, brother. We all need to use the 5 and follow the 5 P's. Appreciate that. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Absolutely. Catchy. What's up, Archie? Evening, ATX. I hope all of y'all are having a great time. We got some pretzels in the chat from my boy West. We got Fred B in the house. I think we'll see a 13x, but it will be blurry and hard to focus on as we screen past it. A 13x for what? Ethereum? A 13x from its local low of $867. Let's see some math on that. Times 13x. $11,271. If we did go with that route for Ethereum, it would end up putting it, for my ballpark, roughly around the 2618 level. I do anticipate that we do break out, especially if we actually start seeing Bitcoin go and do its thing as well. I'll share the screen once again so you can just kind of see what I'm seeing. But if we end up hitting around this 11,200 or 11,000 number, it would range in that 11,2618 level for Ethereum. But I do believe that we go higher as well. Hey, we're about to see Bitcoin break through 100,000, possibly live on stream. How freaking cool would that be? Again, because it's up to $99,145. Let me throw this sucker on a 4-hour chart, because why not, right? It's fun to look at 4-hour charts, right? Just in the last few hours alone, you can actually see it's already went from 93,000 whenever it was just what, yesterday over here, all the way up to this little rally right now that we're actually beginning to see as well. Wow, pretty darn good move if you ask me, actually, right there. Let me see what this ends up being math-wise overall. Yeah, 6% in a day and 8 hours. Pretty damn good move. Possibly gonna break through this $100,000 threshold that has been suppressed at. So let's just probably throw a little doot right there and put it right here at the $100,000 mark. Boom. All right, cool. We'll see if we end up breaking that. But the reason why I think we end up going and seeing a higher number overall on this one is because if I go back and look at the previous charts real fast, looking over here on the, I'll pull up the weekly, you can see going from its previous all-time high to the all-time local low. I don't want to say all-time local low, that just sounds weird, but all-time high to the previous local low back in this, September timeframe, November of 2022. Bitcoin actually could end up going and testing out this same 4236 level, which is also where RH made the price call of $240,000 as well. And he made that call back. Let me actually see if I can adjust this real fast. He called 242. I don't have the date on there. It does say February of 2024 is what it says. So he actually called that. But again, this is where if Bitcoin goes up and does this, the reason why I think it ends up being relatively the same is because if you actually compare the Bitcoin Ethereum chart, so this ETH BTC chart, which by the way, we're beginning to see ETH start outperforming Bitcoin. Great little move as well when you start looking at the overall chart and what it really is. I start seeing some items over here, right? So let's just kind of pull up some random numbers. If this ETH BTC ratio ends up getting back to this 0.06 range and Bitcoin ends up reaching $240,000 times 0.06, it puts Ethereum at $14,400, right? And that's just with ETH getting back into this range somewhere over here. There has been times where it's actually outperformed. This is actually lower, technically, based on what I just said. It would be right around here. So if Bitcoin can reach $242,000 or $240,000, well, then I anticipate Ethereum is probably going to move up in this same pattern like it's done as well. Looking back at all the previous history, you can see there has been multiple times where Ethereum has absolutely smashed and outperformed Bitcoin, followed by the Bitcoin fall Bitcoin outperforming Ethereum for some time, followed by the next rally, right? And you can see where all this is, January to December of 2017. This is also in that same little time frame over here. Back over here in January to December of 2021. So whenever I pull up these items, and it went as high actually as 0.15. If we see something like that, let's just use the exact same numbers we used moments ago. $242,000 Bitcoin over here. Multiply that by 0.15, or I'll even do 0.14366 since that's my actual 4236 fib extension. That puts Ethereum at $35,000, $34,693. That is freaking crazy bullish, y'all. Crazy bullish right there. I would just like, no one would even know what to do at that point. Let's just be real, right? Everyone's rich at that point. That's a 10x from where we basically are right now. About a 9x from where we basically are right now. That is pretty damn good stuff right there. Does it happen? I don't know. Do we see it go that route? I don't know. But if it does, I'm just pulling out the numbers of what's happened in the past. It's more likely that we're actually going to come back and retest this level. We've been on this downward trend right here. So if we do start seeing the pump really start going again, this is me breaking down why I believe 0.06 is actually more notable than 0.15, for example, and seeing that route. It's because this downward trend that we've been on right here is basically going to pull a very similar thing, right? You hit the one mark right here, you end up doing this exact same thing again, where we end up pulling this one and we ended up testing it out a couple of different times, but I'm just going to use this one for now. Well, I anticipate that we test it out once again when we'd actually start seeing the bull market top come. And again, somewhere in this little time frame of what, December of 25, possibly January of 26. And if we end up going that route, then again, you can kind of see where I'm getting it from, around the 0.06 region or range. So do the math on all of that, guys. No matter what you think Bitcoin's going to end up doing, just kind of multiply it by 0.06, and that's kind of a good estimate of where you can possibly see Ethereum also end up going as well. So once again, if we do start seeing the ETH go crazy right now, that's definitely a possibility, man. Yep. ETH, BTC and ETH both blasting up. Yeah, for sure. Again, guys, we're entering usually in the first week of crypto, or in the first week of the banana zone in December, right before the bull market year. It does end up being a little bit bullish, right? So like, let me just go back and kind of show y'all. So this is December. This is weekly right now. So this is December back in 2018 right here. So right, the first week of December, we are actually on a red week right there. Now, right now, we're actually seeing a pretty good green week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's just breaking above. So we actually just hit this level. Let me just kind of zoom on in so y'all can see things possibly a little bit easier. So we're just hitting this first week of December right now. It's possible. It is possible that we're going to see a green week as well. It's not to say that it hasn't been this way before. All the previous 2 cycles, the first week of December was actually green as well. So 2017, or should I say 2016, December of 2016, there was a green candle. December of 2012, the first week of December, there was also a green candle. But again, hanging out in this range right before a liftoff is pretty damn bullish, y'all. Like, let's just be as clear as possible over here, especially when you start seeing this Bitcoin dominance pull this double wick pattern like we just discussed right here, the tweezer top overall. Okay, this is where things start going crazy. And checking out our ecosystem right now, you're seeing some beautiful little pullbacks and pumps as well coming from the Pulse Chain ecosystem. Again, these are on the weekly candle charts right now, so pretty damn good weekly candles right here, especially really over the last 90 days, up almost 2.7x from Pulse Chain on that one. Pretty damn good pump, and I do anticipate we've already broken past this 1618 level, so always good to end up seeing that, end up doing it. But if I was to just pull up a simple fib extension from the most recent local top to this bottom, this is where I'd be seeing some resistance at. We're probably going to be seeing some resistance around the 2618, 408894, which we're getting kind of close to that. Let's just be real on that one. If we can break out of that, I anticipate going all the way up to this 30107, folks. So being back above SAC possibly by the end of December. This is absolutely a strong possibility as well. And if it ends up getting up to the 4236, it'd be 11902, which again, roughly around 19% above SAC at that point in time. And that would just be really the beginning of the rally, because if we actually see this Elliott wave pattern start playing out, this is where I'm going to see most of the resistance actually start coming back around the 4025, 4023, somewhere in this range right here. And again, reason why you're going to see plenty of people being close to that local top range, right? I mean, the all-time high, I mean, this is getting pretty damn close at that point. If we bust this out on the monthly, you can see we're not too far away from actually hitting this all-time high situation over here for 3028. I mean, in all reality, in terms of the overall X's, roughly around a 3.5x, which if you don't remember, we've seen this happen multiple times. I mean, this was a 6.2x in the span of 200 days. I don't think it's going to take that long. We're entering that final phase of the market right now where things just go bananas, like I mentioned to you earlier. But if we do form out this beautiful little cup pattern right here, see a little handle right here, followed by the breakout, this is where I can actually see things pumping up to, which is essentially the beginning of the rally, which is 201306. That would be that first little breakout. Again, you just take the move from the overall cup to the bottom of the actual cup pattern, followed by the actual breakout, which again puts it roughly around a 13x, somewhere in that ballpark, right? 12x from the sacrifice price at that point, not even all-time lows. That's coming from sacrifice price on Pulse Chain. And if it maintains this ratio like we've been seeing right now, with, let's just pull up gopulse.com as a matter of fact, if we see this similar ratio right here, right, this 1 to 1.4 range, and again we start seeing these numbers over here, with Pulse Chain being in the 13x range region, somewhere in that ballpark from sacrifice, again you start getting into some fun numbers right here, y'all. This is where you start seeing it be a 10x for Pulse X. You get a 13x on Pulse Chain. And the numbers really just begin to get a lot crazier. A lot crazier in all reality, y'all. A lot crazier. Because again, all these numbers that I'm referring to right now, just the beginning. Pretty cool stuff. You're definitely seeing some action happening in the Pulse Chain ecosystem. Once again, we got green going across the board. We got 2.7 cents over on Hex on Pulse Chain. The overall 1 to 5.66 range and ratio right now, EHEX is sitting at 2049. Pulse and Ink Ink is almost back up above $4 again. This thing's been moving quite a bit lately. As a matter of fact, if we actually just pull up the Ink token by itself real quick, you're going to be seeing a lot of similar patterns that we've been discussing. But pulling it up right here, this is where we've already broke through the fib extension for the 618 at this point in time. This is coming from really the local high back here around $10 again in March. all the way to that local low where we ended up getting the local low range for the overall chart all the way down here, right? So from the bottom, I just pulled that whole thing up just to see what it would look like. I got the 618 right here. We broke through that around $3. Next level is going to be $5. That's where I'm seeing we're going to probably be going next at this point in time. So strap in, boys and gals. If you got the ink token, get ready, because this is forming that beautiful little inverse head and shoulder, right? If you can see it right here, this is basically a beautiful pattern. When you start looking at TA right there, it just means things go higher, right? That's all that means right there. That's a beautiful inverse head and shoulder pattern. If you can't really see, let me just hide myself for a brief second. Again, this is a inverse head and shoulder, right? You got the shoulder here, you got a head right here, you got inverse, another shoulder right here, and then things go whatcha, and they just like to rally. And things go fast, guys. Things go really, really, really fast in crypto. We've broken through several different resistance levels. The 9 and 15 EMA are looking absolutely gorgeous. I believe I actually had this done. Let me see if I can just copy and switch this up to the 50 200. I believe we hit the golden cross as well. Yep, we sure did. Again, this is on the daily, so it actually just hit this golden cross on the 5200, which is another bullish indicator, if you could believe it. We just hit that really yesterday into today, so very bullish overall for what ink is looking like. Guys, things are primed and pumped right now for these charts. I'm looking at the charts right now, and these are absolutely beautiful. Looking at the Hex daily stats, as a matter of fact, as well. It's going to cost roughly about $194 to get a T-share on the Ethereum Hex side. The payout per T-share is 7.8, so congrats to the payout. That number has been constantly increasing. I have a little app on my phone. You can look, and if you basically just had, we'll say 100 T-shares, for example, you're getting paid roughly in the ballpark of about $21 a day right now at current prices. And again, this is a beautiful thing in terms of the overall amount of Hex it takes to get a T-share. $39,032. If you aren't staking because you people are just scared to stake for a year, if you know, going to 2026, but send something out long, man. Like I think we all heard about Bitcoin at some point in time in the past in which we had just held on to the tokens that we may have once had, whether it be through any phase in previous cycles, 2020 up to the 2024, up to, you know, the previous people who were here in 2016, the previous people who were here before that in 2012. You hear the same story every time, as they wish they would have just held their freaking tokens. Yeah, Grit Gains saying, I don't think we see 100k Bitcoin this cycle. Bitcoin has topped. I mean, I'm hard pressed to believe that, my friend. We're literally, you know, it's going to see some resistance, sure, but it's getting pretty damn close. I think we see 100k this month. That's just my guess. That's my statement that I'll actually make on stream, I guess, at this point in time. But you know, what ends up happening is what ends up happening, I guess, at that point in time. And I guess another thing is, you just think the overall market's done at that point. Grit Gains would be my question. It's always good to have some, you know, contrarian view on this as well, because you got to keep some people reasonable. You also want to come off from your, you know, pedestal of the euphoria of seeing like $1 million Bitcoin this cycle. You know, people are going to be preaching that like crazy as well. LFG says T-shares in the house. You can stop going to the gym in January, but don't stop going and start eating cheesecake. Facts. Facts on facts. That is 100% true. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens with some people, man. They stop going, they start eating, and yeah, life looks different. Wonder if I can try. Okay, cool. Never mind. Didn't work that way. I'll check that out later. I'll do a different little stream for myself on this one. But what do y'all got questions on, man? What is there out there? And while you're figuring out your questions, it is Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes. My dudes. Yeah, I mean, because again, if you're seeing Bitcoin top out at 100k, it's like ETH top out right now, and like it doesn't even break its previous all-time high. That would be very interesting. I mean, I'm seeing, you know, people in the XRP community beginning to short ETH or XRP at this point in time because of the recent rally, which is pretty damn crazy. I mean, guys, this is how fast some things can go sometimes. That's a 5x in the span of a month, and this is after they've been here for freaking ever, right? I mean, just forever for them to be sitting in this range and region. I mean, the shit, they couldn't even break $2, right? And this is back in that whole March, April timeframe when things were actually beginning to go crazy in crypto. Couldn't break it. They just recently broke it. In fact, they almost got up to damn near $3 as well. And by the way, the previous all-time high for XRP is, if I'm not mistaken, like $3.40 or something like that. I'm just gonna pull up a brief little thing. It just fell back to the number 4 spot in terms of the market cap. Don't really care too much on that, but yeah, $3.40 is their all-time high. Wow. I mean, damn. They're about to break it and only about 29% away from their all-time high, which has been 7 freaking years, y'all. 7 freaking years in order for them to see that kind of gain. So shout out to that's some strong hands right there. If you held on to anything during that time, man, shout out to all of y'all for sure. We got, again, Pulse Chain doing beautiful things right now. 40821. Pulse X 40583. We got 1.12 trillion Pulse X bought and burned, equating at today's dollar value to roughly about 65 million. Pretty damn crazy. An extra 1K is only 1% on a 100K asset. Yeah. And we see, I mean, Bitcoin just had its biggest move in the history of its lifetime, right? I mean, this monthly candle was a wild freaking candle for Bitcoin. Again, nothing had ever actually compared to something like this before. I'm just zooming on in right here, but yeah, massive green candle in terms of what Bitcoin has done. It's pretty damn bullish, y'all. Again, making a move of 26K, I think, in this one candle alone. So yeah, 29,000 on this one candle from the bottom time to the actual top is $26,000 candle close. That's pretty damn good. Again, it took Bitcoin. Imagine this, dude. It took before Bitcoin hit 20,000. Look how long it's here. 20K was hit roughly around. I don't even know if it hit 20K back in 2017. I think it actually didn't hit it until the next bull run in December of 2020. So it took Bitcoin damn near 10 years to see 20K, $20,000 per Bitcoin. It took it 10 years, and it just did that candle move in a month. I think it can see 100,000 and more this cycle. That's all I'm gonna say on that one, man. That's not too crazy in all reality, in my own opinion, but this is also where I see it going, somewhere in this $242,000 range. I see this Elliott wave pattern playing out exactly like it's been playing out. We're probably going to end up going up to roughly about 117, 113,000. Don't know the exact, anywhere between 102, 117, somewhere in that ballpark range. Probably going to pull back down below 100,000 again. Everyone's going to freak out, lose their mind. This is what I was talking about, the gut-wrenching check earlier. You shake out everyone who, is just here for the short-term gains, and then you just watch it rally and go all the way from this 80, 90K all the way up to 240. And that's a massive little finish line at that point in time. Just my 2 cents on where I think it's going to go, but always curious to hear y'all's thoughts as well. We got Hex Angelo in the house saying blessings ATX. Much love to you as well. Johnny Chaos is absolutely right, guys. That an extra 100K, an extra 1,000 is only 1% on a $100,000 asset. It's not that unlikely in all reality, especially entering the market that we're about to see. Global liquidity is going up like crazy. We're entering the banana zone, guys. This isn't like a rocket science thing. It's done the same thing every single time in the previous years. December is oftentimes a very good bullish month for crypto. But yeah, maybe it's just me, but I'd rather have 100% when EHEX breaks a penny again. Yeah, me too. EHEX only being a penny away, right? They're 100% away from being at that penny level once again. Pretty damn bullish, y'all. We're about to see Hex on Pulse Chain break the 3 cent threshold. And again, if I actually pulled up the chart, if I'm not mistaken, whenever I did have it pulled up, the Hex on Pulse Chain, if I'm not mistaken, only has a previous all-time high roughly around that same 3-cent level. Let me just double check. Make sure I'm not again. Okay, 4.3 cents was its previous all-time high. Not that far off, y'all. Not that far off. Again, I'll share this real fast just so you can see. This is Hex over on Pulse Chain right now. Boom. Previous all-time high here. Not too far off right here, guys. Again, you know, we're pulling this up 53%. We've seen a 53% move in a day before, right? I mean, look at some of these candles that you can see. This one was a 211% move just on this one candle alone. 211% from this one candle right here. Boom. And this is only 53%. I think we're gonna be okay, y'all. I think we're gonna be okay. Strap in. It is a wild freaking ride. We got Hex over on Ethereum once again, roughly around a 2x away from breaking its penny threshold that it's been held back at for so freaking long. And again, guys, this is actually an absolute great move. Like, look, from the bottom back in August to this recent rally 115 days later, it's done a 6.6x gain already. I had this yellow line indicating the penny. This is where I believe we're going to see some resistance let. It's psychological, not just psychological. It's a penny, guys. Any round number, 10 cents, a penny, $1, 1,000, 100,000. These are psychological levels of resistance every single time. And we're essentially in that same exact zone right now with Hex over on Ethereum. And again, just pulling this up from what we're seeing. Beautiful, beautiful chart pattern. Looking at this Elliott wave, if I was to break this down from an Elliott wave perspective on an impulse wave, we got wave 1 right here. We got wave 2, wave 3 pumping, possibly a pullback, followed by the wave 5 rally. But it's right in the penny range. This is absolutely a possibility that I can see playing out just like this. Just like this. Again, it's not that crazy, y'all. It's really not. Are you going to be here for it is the real question. Because when you start breaking past this 2-cent level, it gets pretty damn bullish on this for Hex right now, y'all. It really does. So, hope y'all are here to actually get a chance to enjoy that. Hope y'all are here to get a chance to enjoy. Other than that, guys, I guess we'll be wrapping the stream up right now. Thank you so much to everyone. Happy Wednesday, my dudes. I hope everyone has had a fantastic day. Remember, it is just the beginning of what is a crazy time. Thanks for watching. If you're ready to navigate into the banana zone like a pro, drop a bananas in the comments after. And of course, you're welcome to share your strategy. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell icon as well. And I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out, y'all.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make it.